with the All Out Super Late Model Series here from the Bullring in Las Vegas. This is a short little track. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to watching the race here tonight.
Yeah, should be a great one. 125 laps, so this race should be, a little shorter than the other ones, but, I think it's going to be a great race.
Yeah, definitely going to be a good race as Boers is out front here in qualifying as we got a little bit of a late start here. Started right as qualifying, but Deucer jumps up to the top spot with the 14:10.
Yeah, other names who are doing pretty well right now, Jonathan Smith in fourth, Caleb Ramsey in fifth, and I have not seen Brandon Colley here before either, so should be a little nice race. So a few of these names being mixed up throughout the field.
Yeah, you mentioned some of the guys that we haven't really seen.
I think a big part to this race is going to be traffic. Can you deal with other people being so close to you? There's 26 cars here. That's a huge field for the Bullring.
Yeah, you mentioned another name that we have not seen up front a whole lot here is Robert Barbers. He's currently third quick in practice. And we have Crafton, who is in second position.
Yeah, Barber got in a few crashes last week. If he can avoid trouble this week, I think he's fast. If he can just get out of trouble, he's going to be a top 10 runner.
Yeah, and you have to give us a little bit more information there on Crafton, Caleb.
He's currently in second right now. Only 9 1,000 a second off of our former leader, as Robbie Neely has just taken the lead with a 14.052. I have raced against Robbie a lot in the Legends cars, and I know Robbie is a pretty good racer.
Yeah, so while we have the time here, I want to go over the rest of our schedule for the rest of the week here, Caleb, as Blake is currently over with the Dirt Renegades Racing League over there doing their limited and pro late model races here tonight. We have the All Out Super Late Model Series presented by All Out Esports, and then later on tonight we will have a new series on the channel or on the page here. A new dirt series, so that's going to be a lot of fun. Tomorrow we have another new series starting at 6:30 Eastern time. The one tonight starts at 11 Eastern. It's a late series, and then we're going to have the Dirt Clash Super Street series on Friday night, and then that's the rest of our week. As we go through the running order, Keneally and Deucer out front. Then you're going to have Crafton in third. And then fourth, you're going to have Pryor in the O2 machine. You're going to have Barber in that fifth position. And I think that's the highest we've seen Barber qualify in these races.
Yeah. To the outside of him is Preston Boris in the sixth position. We've seen Preston around that area a lot. In the 7th position is Jonathan Smith. In 8th is Caleb Ramsey. In the 9th is Brandon Colley. In 10th, it's Mark Farabert. Right outside the top 10 in row 6, it's Eddie Taylor and Peyton Hamlet. In row 7,
I think you are. No, I am a row back. It's Whitting and Taylor. No, is it Whitting? No, you're correct. You're correct. My apologies. My apologies. You're right. Keep doing your thing.
Christopher Miller is in 14th. Formosa and Forever share row 8. Palmore and Bisson. Bisson has been really fast the last couple of weeks. 1 at line. That is your row 9. And row 10 is Somke and Robinette. Right outside the top 20 is Zach Coyer and Austin Victory. And the last driver to post a qualifying time, Joe Williams in 23rd, Derek Claunch in 24th, and Christopher Verdon, who was having a great run at Gateway, will round out your field. So 125 laps here from the Bullring. The pace car is off, and we will be green here at the Bullring.
Kelly, he really gets out front. A good jump. There he's out in front of Deucer here on lap number 2 as caution comes out.
Caution is out.
Let's go back and see what happened. So I'm waiting. Caleb, do you have any idea what happened there?
Well, I'm currently looking. Is it maybe I think it was Forever.
In the 72?
Mark Fravert got hit from behind from the 55, and Fravert went around.
Yeah, that would be it. Good call, good call.
Robbie Keneally is currently in the lead. So Josh, who is your pick to win this race?
I'm going to go with Deucer. Deucer has had a lot of good runs here lately. He got wrecked out last week and it was very unfortunate.
Yeah, Deucer had a little spin, but time just was not in his favor as he just did not have enough time or tire left to make a run for the win. I'm going to pick Robbie Keneally. I think I've seen him more than the other drivers, but I think he will have a good shot as the pace car is off here. We are green flag, and Robbie Keneally will clear Deucer.
Yeah.
As they go into turn 3, Crafton is going to take advantage of Deucer's bad start, and Breyer looking. They're single file right now through the first few cars. If back to the 9th position with Caleb Ramsey. He just clears Christopher Miller. Miller was about to make a move on him. Very calm here for the first part of this race on this restart.
Yeah, exactly. These guys are really doing a great job of running.
Victory just got moved out of the way by the 55, it looked like to me. The Austin Victory going to lose a lot of positions. Looks like he's going to move down to that 22nd position. Oh, Williams and Victory. It looks like Williams just lost it coming off a turn 4 and collects Austin Victory. That's caution number 2 here early in the race. So we're both going to go at least 1 lap down.
Yeah, and the problem with Victory, right, is Victory tried to avoid the contact with Williams, but he went low, and when he went low, he just had nowhere to go, and it's very unfortunate.
Yeah, you know, it's almost like Victory was trying to get to like gas it and get up near the wall, but in the process he got loose and went into Williams there. So a very unfortunate break for both of them. Zach Coyer did not go out on the grid. It looks like he threw-put foul right before this race started.
As we get ready to go back to green flag racing here, Caleb, it's going to be a fun little battle here. We are on lap number 18 of 125 here. Nelly, he really gets another good start over Crafton. He's really stretched that lead out to about a second over Crafton.
Yeah. Crafton loses a few spots there. That second spot does not look like the way you want to go.
Oh, there's a crash. The 72 of Fravert and green flag stays out. We're back here watching Robinettis. He's dropped a few spots. Now he appears to have gotten to that low side. He's going to be able to really try to work it around the what is the 66 of Eddie Taylor with the 22 on screen there in the core and main machine. back at the back, Clunch.
Oh, we have someone spun. I'm not sure who that is, but yeah, caution is out. I did see someone spun out on the racetrack.
Yes, and we will go back and look at that, Caleb.
I think it was Fravert who was stopped on the racetrack.
No, you are incorrect, my good sir.
Would have been Miller? It was.
No, you are still incorrect, my good sir. It was the 80 of Formosa.
Miller was?
Formosa
Yeah, Miller.
Spun.
I'm not sure if we caught it, but Miller did spin out. Just by himself.
Well, let's maybe see if that had a result of the Formosa spin. I'm not sure. I mean, Formosa's right behind. That was a lap earlier. That was a lap before.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm not sure really if Formosa triggered the caution, because if he triggered the caution, you would think that Miller would have triggered the caution.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, there was contact between Formosa and Bassan and that 56 machine.
Yeah, Bassan just got a great run off the corner and just got into Formosa, but you know, that is short track racing, so can't really blame him. We're already almost on lap 30 here, Josh, with 3 cautions already, you know.
Well, we knew this was going to be a fast race, because it only takes, you know, about 14 seconds to get around here, give or take. So
yeah, but you know, do you start feeling a sense of urgency? You know, for example, if I'm someone like Robinette in that 17th position, do I start getting a little concerned?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't, just for the simple fact of these guys will most likely come in and pit for fuel, and I just sit back there and try to push it as long as I could.
Pace car is off. And green flag is out. Keneally, well, he got a great start. Not as good of a start, but Deucer's was side by side. But Pryor's going to get under Deucer for that second position.
Yeah, that's really going to help Keneally really pull away from these guys as they are battling for the race win here very early on. I mean, granted, we're only on lap number 31 of 125, but this is a place that's very hard to pass. And we're seeing it now with Pryor and Crafton. It's very hard for Crafton to get around Pryor.
Yeah, getting to him's one thing, and he's there. He just, you know, can't pass without bumping him, and I don't know if that's that's a viable option long term for the tires, being bumping people like that.
Exactly. Like I would almost prefer to sit there.
I'm surprised how calm this race is. Pryor almost gets into the back Juicer, but really not as much side-by-side action or beating as I thought. But again, it is early in the race. People could be just saving stuff. And the first really battle I see right now is the 22 of Whitting and the 5 of Miller, as they're side by side right now for that 18th position. Or never mind, Miller is a lap down right now.
Yeah, so we had a car sitting on the back straightaway. That's very Very unique. You know what? Let's go on board with Redon in that 6 machine. We're gonna go on board with him and watch him get around this track and just see how gentle he is. He rolls out of the throttle very early.
Yeah, it looks like he just passed Whitting right there.
He made a little bit of contact there with the outside wall.
I think he'll be fine. You can take a lot of damage with this thing. I've seen at tracks like Gateway and New Hampshire.
Yes.
Caution out.
All right, let's go and see what happened.
It looks like it was Bisson.
Yes, it does. As we're going to go and we're going to watch here. So looks like the zone got a little bit of help from Formosa.
I don't know if Formosa was unhappy with him or if Formosa just got a little tight right there.
I don't want to say that Formosa did it on purpose, because we definitely don't know what Formosa is thinking, but to me it looks like his car pushed up a little bit on entry there.
Yeah, and you just see it so many times at these tracks where it's get on the bottom, and we're already 40 laps on this race. You're turning constantly. The tires are already a bit worn, and, coming in on snug on someone like that is something that can happen too. But another thing I noticed is that they seem to just drive it differently. Formosa looks like he's driving it a bit deeper, and Bisson looked like he was letting off a bit earlier.
Yeah, and don't forget that you cannot change tires in this series. Whatever tires you started the race on, that is the tires you have to finish the race on.
Yeah, and we've seen how much a race can change at these bigger ovals, Well, here's a small oval where, you are turning constantly.
Yeah, and I'd almost be interested to see if maybe we can't get a view of the brake disc of these cars after they get up and going, and see how red they just start turning. Because we saw it last week at New Hampshire, they were really red and were really glowing. You feel like it'd have to be double that here, because there's not as long of a straightaway for them to really cool down those brakes.
Yeah, I think it's going to be about the same. New Hampshire, I think, has much tighter corners than this track. You aren't as heavy on the brake, I think. So I think it's going to be about the same, maybe a little bit more. But you're definitely right that it does glow red really bad here.
Yeah, so let's try to get our TV panel. Let's see here, maybe.
Pace cars off, and we are green. Deuce are nearly side by side here.
Yeah, we're gonna go on board and watch from Keneally's gearbox back at the second and third place cars to see what he's seeing in his mirrors.
Caution is out.
Ooh.
Was that victory, maybe?
That looked like it was the 66 machine of... No, that was not the 66. The 22 of Whitting. Looked like he had a part in it. And Formosa just gets into the back of him, and the 22 goes around.
Yeah, it's being weird because I'm like not, or at least mine is because I am not seeing anyone behind them. Like it just disappears for a second. It looks like on my screen, but
Yeah, nope. The 22 and the 80 of Formosa were together, as it appears Formosa is going to exit here.
yeah, I think is that park if you cause 2 cautions here?
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it is, but Basone is out, 3 laps down and out of the race. Formosa is out of the race. As you know, one car that's been up front since the get-go is the 02 of Pryor in that Tennessee Strong machine.
Yeah, Pryor has shown speed, but he just can't seem to put a finishing result together in the first few races. I believe that he was running in the second position for a while at Gateway and was running very strong in New Hampshire. But if he could just put, a third result together, I think that'd be an extreme boost of confidence for him.
Yeah, she's been very unfortunate here as of late. Been getting caught up in issues. And there's something about, we have a lot of beautiful cars in this field, but there's just something about Travis's car that I really like. It's simple, but it's an awesome piece.
We are green here. Deucer and Pryor currently side by side. As Pryor looks like he might have the spot. Does he get the drive off? He does. Pryor is now your second place runner. Deucer running behind, followed by Crafton. If we go back a little bit to the 7th position, looks like Boris, that is Preston Boris, right in front of the 8 of Peyton Hamlet. It looks like Boris is pulling away from Hamlet. So this race has seemed like it's really calmed down so far. Oh, it looks like Hamlet got in the wall right there. Robert going to be right there. That is Mark Robert in the 44. We just made the pass on the 55. Robert looks like he will track down that 13 Caleb Ramsey in 7th position. Boris did get by Ramsey. Can Robert make a move on Ramsey if he gets close enough?
But see, and that's the thing, is Caleb Ramsey is very tough. He's a very tough individual to get around. He's very tough to race. And that's not a knock at Ramsey. Ramsey's very good at what he does. And he's showing it here tonight as he's holding his own with some very good drivers.
Yeah, one thing I would like to mention, as I have a little bit of a voice crack there, is Travert is running just a little bit of a shallower line than everyone around him. So I don't think that will be very good on the tires in the long run.
No, and I don't think so either. I think we're going to see him starting to slip and slide as we see the 82 of Palmore. He gets down on the apron and merges back in very beautifully and avoids any contact as he's right in front of the 30 of Robinette.
Yeah, he's going to be in 12th, right behind Michael Travert, the other Travert in the field. 6 seconds or 7 seconds behind the leader. This caution is out. Another one.
Yeah, and Caleb, this view right here that we're watching of the spin of the 6 machine, you can really see those brake rotors glowing bright red, as that's going to be an issue for them all day long, is these brake rotors and how hot they're getting.
Yeah, and a lot of cautions like this should probably be good for them, you know. Gives him a chance to cool down. As we have 21 cars on the lap right now. One thing I would like to point out is Robert Barber. He has been really quiet. He stayed in that 5th position this entire race.
Yeah, and that's another one of those paint schemes that, I mean, it's kind of simple. I mean, yeah, he's got some chrome and some metallic colors, just kind of pop his car out from other people's. But it's a great looking race design, and I really like. I can't single out one car or another, but they're all fantastic, and they all look really great.
Yeah, you know, and we're gonna get to see these fantastic looking cars get a little bit of damage maybe later in the race as the aggression starts rising here at the Bullring. Which is one thing I just love about short track racing is the aggression you sometimes see. I know we've seen a few incidents because of that, you know, of people driving the track differently, and I've seen about like 3 different ways people are driving this track right now. But yeah, I think definitely at the end it's going to be what can keep you your track position and what is best for your tires. Yeah, you're going to have to keep both in good consideration as the pace car pulls off.
We're back to green flag racing, and Pryor doesn't get a great start. He almost has the 14 at Deucer clear into 1 and 2, but Deucer fights back on the inside as we're back under caution here, and Pryor is going to be able to keep that 2nd position here.
Eddie Taylor around. It looks like it was him and Somke who got into each other. Somke, you know, the same thing we saw with Formosa and Bisson earlier. You know, they just get, Somke just gets a little snug, and, you know, that's what seems to be the issue. So I wonder if a lot of these drivers are battling an issue with the wear on the right front tire.
Well, not just that, but you mentioned during the last caution that these guys are taking multiple different driving lines in, and I think that issue there between Taylor and Somke was Taylor didn't think, or Somke didn't think Taylor was going to come down on him, and I don't think, I don't think Somke thought Taylor was going to come down on him, but I don't think Taylor thought Somke was going to drive it in so deep and so wide going into that corner, and that was just a racing deal, and it stinks for both of these guys. They're both very clean drivers week in, week out. as pace car
As the
ducks
pace
in.
car pulls in, Keneally has led every single lap today.
You know, Caleb, you owe me a Coke. You know, we said that at the same time. Keneally gets a good start over Pryor. Pryor gets a good start over Deucer. And he's going to have him clear in turns 1 and 2. Pryor's going to have that second position, but it's going to be close. He starts to really pull away from Deucer there, as Deucer is being pushed onto, not really pushed onto, but has the pressure put onto him from the 09 of Crafton there.
Yeah, and you know, Crafton's getting close to that back bumper, you know. I don't think Crafton wants to use it, because, you know, there's still quite a bit of the race left, but not really. But, I mean, they're in 3rd and 4th, so why risk anything? As a lot of this field is single filed out. If we go back to the 7th position, Caleb Ramsey and Jonathan Smith are just a little close right now. Do you think Smith, who has been quiet but has been in that top 10 for most of this race, can track down Ramsey?
Yeah, but if you quietly look right there in front of them, you have that 8 machine of Robert Barber, who is really doing a fantastic job at a very technical racetrack such as the Bullring here. We've mentioned it before. This is ideally a track that you would see these super late models race on, is these short tracks like the Bullring, and a couple of others. There's one that isn't in iRacing that I think should be in iRacing, but that's Kern County Raceway Park, their asphalt track. Very similar to the Bullring here, but it's got a higher bank in the corners. And on the straightaways, you see a lot of super late model racing out there, and you're seeing it here.
Yeah, and this is a track I raced at Ignite last year, as we see the 24 slow on the racetrack as their launch. This track is different in both ends, is what I can say.
Yeah, as you see, the 11 of Williams just get up and out of the way for the leaders and let them get by, as Travis Pryor tags the wall, and you know that Pat T, paint by Pat T there, is not going to be happy with Travis, as he's scraped up Pat's paint scheme there that she's done for him. She's going to be very upset with Travis.
Oh, it's the Bullring. This is to be expected. But you know, you have to think if is anyone going to cut into Keneally's lead, because you know, I think if it gets to the point, you know, if Pryor notices Deucer's challenging him, does he just let him by and hope that they make contact or start battling with Keneally to see if anyone has a shot at him?
Yeah, and Caleb, I am getting word from Pat that Travis is in big trouble for scraping up the paint.
Ooh, yeah, Travis just got a bit loose right there. Not going to be a fun night for Travis, as he's going to get loose again and Deucer's going to get under him. This is really hurting their momentum to catch Keneally, as, you know, we only have about 32 to go right now.
Yeah, as we've been on a couple good green flag runs here as caution comes out. You jinxed it. You jinxed it, Caleb. No good.
Oh, let's see if we can see what caused this yellow right here.
It is the 11 of Williams. We have it brought up, and we're going to watch it here as he just gets loose off the floor all by himself and tries to save it there, but just can't.
Yeah, it's been a rough race for Williams getting in a few incidents. You know who did not want to see this yellow?
Anybody in the top 5?
Well, yeah, that, as they had a huge lead, but or the top 4 especially. But Robbie Keneally.
Yeah, it's Keneally, Deucer, Pryor, Crafton, Boers, Barber, Ramsey, Smith, Fravert, Hamlet are your top 10. Caleb, 11th is Formosa, 12th is the other Fravert, and then you have 12th of Palmore, Miller, Whitting, Robinette, Taylor, Victory, Colley, Somke, Williams, Claunch. Then I lose track from there.
Rear Dawn,
Yep.
Fistone, and Coyer are all of the race. Coyer made an attempt, just get a few points after his internet went out earlier. But one person who's fallen back quite a bit has been the 78 of Brandon Colley. He started 19th, down 10 spots.
This has been a very good race here so far. Better than what you would expect at a very short, tight, technical track like the Bullring here.
Yeah, I expected to get a lot more aggressive racing than what we saw at New Hampshire. But I would say, the first few races have been more aggressive than this, and I'm kind of shocked by that.
I think they're just trying to play it smart until we get down to the end and then get aggressive. Green flag is back out. Keneally gets a good start over Deucer, and Pryor is going to be to the inside of Deucer into 1 and 2. Still going to be there on the back straightaway. Going to get the good run into turn 3, and he's going to have him clear out of 4.
Yeah, Deucer, not probably very happy right now as he's kind of gone.
Caution, back out on the track. Oh, and this is a very wicked one here, Caleb. The 30 of Formosa has to check up because of the 22 of Whitting and just gets ran over from behind from the 66 of Taylor. Very unfortunate for... Did I say the 30 of Formosa?
Yeah, that would be the 30 of Robinette.
Yep. That was very unfortunate for Robinette there.
Oh, yeah. That's tough right there.
We're going to go back here and we're going to look at some of the cars a little bit further back, as the 55 of Hamlet has a lot of front end damage, as does the 44 of Fravert. Fravert's got some heavy left front damage. Go a little bit further back. So we're going to go and look at the 5 of Miller. He looks to have a very clean... Well, no, he's got some right front damage. Very unfortunate for him. Colley back there in that 78 Skull Bandit machine, reminiscent of the 1980s in NASCAR.
Yeah, I was not alive at that time.
Yeah, well, neither was I, but I mean, I've seen pictures of the 1980 NASCAR Cup cars. This is 71 of Victory, has some heavy left or right side damage, all down the side of that machine. That's another one that's very unfortunate. back up front. You have the 80 of Formosa. He's having a very strong run. Look at some of these cars back here towards the back.
Yeah, we are 1 to green right now. We're starting to double up here. When we go back racing, only 20 laps to go.
Only 20 to go?
Pace car rolls off.
You're kidding me, right? We got more than 20 to go.
And we are green. Neely and Pryor looks like they made a little bit of contact there prior to the outside. Neely, can he clear him? Neely clears Pryor. Deucer going to get to the inside of Pryor.
Pryor's going to lose
Deucer
two
maybe
spots.
going to clear him. Yes, he will clear him in 1 and 2. Deucer now going to track down the 01 of Keneally. Maybe. But Crafton is another one right behind Deucer, who has shown speed all race.
Yeah, as Pryor lost 2 spots, but he's been the only one that's really been able to give Keneally a battle on that outside on a restart. His caution comes back out one more time. We're gonna let's go and see what happens.
Miller, maybe. Yes, it looks like it was Christopher Miller in that 5 car. Just from behind us, Fravert was.
Fravert. It was the 44 of Fravert who initially got turned sideways.
As it looks like they've just changed the restarts to single file here.
Yeah, Fravert and Miller and everybody else really piled in there. Had nowhere to go. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate for the 02 of Pryor there, as he was up front and just got hung out on the outside there with nowhere to go.
Yeah, you know, it's late in the race, you know. I was about to say, Red's caution came out. Well, Pryor's the only one who has gotten side by side, like you said earlier. So that was going to be really unfortunate they wouldn't have another shot at it. But they have just changed the restarts to single file, so that will not happen here.
Yeah, as we're going to be within 15 to go here, as we have 14 to go. We should be right around 12 laps to go when we go back to green flag racing. 11 laps maybe. It's very, very unfortunate for quite a few of these guys who have gotten hung up on the outside. Barber has gotten it. He's fallen back to 7th now.
Yeah, but that's still a top 10 run for Barber. I wonder if he may use up a little much tire, but I mean, he's only lost 2 spots to Preston Boris and Caleb Ramsey.
Yeah, the big thing is Pryor going to be able to get a good restart here and potentially battle with Crafton here on this restart and potentially get back up there into the top 3.
Pace car is off here. Green flag's out. Keneally with a wonderful start.
Back to Pryor here, watching Pryor off of this restart. He got a good start. It just looked like Crafton didn't. Crafton and Deucer in front of him didn't, and he just had nowhere to go. And if he passed him before the start-finish line, that's a penalty, and you can't afford a penalty at a track here like the Bullring.
Yeah, but they are currently single file here in the front. Deucer had a terrible corner right there. He's going to try to going just a bit deeper than Keneally, but I just don't know if anyone has anything. Caution's out again. Whitting, it looks like, is involved in this.
Yes, he is. So we watched the replay here, and it looks like the 71 of Victory just got in there a little too deep. And
oh yeah, he just went in way deep right there.
Yeah, you know, very unfortunate. I mean, we've had a lot of green flag laps here, and that's something that really surprised me. Is I thought, we weren't going to have a whole lot of green flag laps because of the tightness of the track, and we've had a lot of green flag laps.
Yeah, definitely. I can name it. I could think of, like, any other league would have had more, a lot. We will still be pacing here this time by.
Yeah, so while we have a break in the action here from the All Out Super Late Model Series presented by the All Out Esports, let's go ahead and continue to give everybody a rundown here, Caleb, of our schedule here on ISBC for the next week, as we did tonight and tomorrow night. Saturday is our off day. We do not have anything on Saturdays. We leave that day open for special events. Sunday is another off day. It is myself and Blake. We will be running in the Wobbly Arrow 75 on Sunday night with the Dirt Renegades Racing League. And then back to Monday night is Blake will have coverage of the Dirt Clash Super Street Series, and I'll have a DRRL UMP Modifieds, and then I'll have coverage of the other Dirt Clash Super Street Series race. Then on Tuesday night, Blake has the SNK Racing UMP Modifieds, and I will have the PRN, the Premier Race Network Cup Series from Richmond. So Caleb, you have that night off, and we'll have a special guest in the broadcast booth with me on that night.
Yeah, as the pace car rolls off here. Ken Keneally hold off Juicer with only 3 to go. As green flag is how there's a little stack up on that start there.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate for Pryor. Pryor looked to have had a good jump again and just had nowhere to go, and he gets into the back of the 09 machine. Oh, crafted.
2 to go. Can Juicer get to the back of Keneally? He's going to have 2 more chances here in the final lap. White flag is out. Juicer can be there. Will he give Keneally the bump? No, he will not. As he just can't get to him. He gets a great run off that corner, but it's not enough. Keneally led every single lap and will win this race.
Keneally, your race winner. Juicer in second. Crafton in third. As we go over the results here. Keneally, Deucer, Crafton, Pryor in fourth. Great run for Pryor here tonight, Caleb. Boers in fifth, Ramsey sixth, Barber in seventh, Formosa eighth, Smith in ninth, Miller 10th, Michael Fraver 11th, Sumke 12th, Palmore is 13th, Colley is 14th, Robinette is 15th, Victory 16th, Whitting is 17th, Mark Fravert is 18th, Eddie Taylor 19th, 20th is Peyton Hamlet, who is 16 laps down, Joe Williams 21st, 35 laps down, Derek Clouch,
I think that is Clunch. I have seen that last name before.
Clunch. He's
Yeah.
22nd, 41 laps down. Chris Reardon is 23rd, 63 laps down. Alex Bisson, 24th, 80 laps down. And Zach Coyer, 25th, 94 laps down. A very unfortunate race here for some of these guys.
Yeah, very fortunate for some others. Yeah, Preston Borders passed Caleb there at the last little bit for fifth. Caleb in sixth, and Robert in seventh. You know, few names that have either had bad luck or just haven't been in the top 10 a lot this season.
All right, as we have our top three ready to go, and we'll get them in here for an interview real quick. All right, we are here with Michael Craft. And Michael, you had a very strong run here all night. You started third, finished third here.
Yeah, it was a good run. I thought we were gonna have a good run towards the end with the ratio I had, and I was just trying to save there. It was difficult to pass without trying to get into their bumper. I just wanted to have a clean race and give each other room, and we did that and came out with a podium.
Yeah, as the track, I mean, this is a very unique series as you cannot change your tires throughout the race. So that plays a factor into how you really drive the track here tonight, as typically you'd be really aggressive on a short track like this, and you really can't afford to be aggressive in this series.
Oh yeah, for sure. You just gotta wait for them last couple laps to pick them off one by one and just get the best finish you can.
All right, buddy. Well, we'll let you thank your sponsors, get on out of here. Again, congratulations on the third place finish, and we'll see you back here next week.
All right. Thank you. I just wanted to thank Robert for putting this on, and y'all for broadcasting, and everybody back at Crafted Motorsports.
All right, and we're here with our second place finisher, Corey Deucer. Another great run here from you. You had a tough week with Lime Rock, bounced back at New Hampshire, and really bounced back here tonight with your second straight top three finish.
Yeah, it's good to run up front. I don't like consistency. Short tracks, big tracks, road courses.
Yeah, as you know, we touched on this with Crafton. The series is very unique, as you can't change your tires, so that really plays a huge factor in how you run this race very early on. These short tracks you really want to be aggressive at, because the laps fly by, as we saw here tonight, even with the cautions. We've been on the air for an hour from the start of qualifying to now, and we're done racing. So you really you want to be aggressive, but you can't be aggressive because you can't go in and change your tires. So that really has to play a factor in how you race these guys here.
Yeah, it was nice to have a pretty short race this week. I'm kind of tired, so I was ready to go to bed. So glad it was quick, glad it was short. Yeah, the tire situation, I like not being able to change tires. I think it adds a little bit more of a driver into it, especially being fixed setup. We ran the Super Select series on Saturday with Speed 51, and they were at the Bullring, and not much fall off as far as tires. So we kind of leaned on that as a basis of what the tires would do on the long run. So you could still be pretty aggressive, more than you would think at such a small track. You feel like you're pushing the right front off of it, but other than it'll get a little bit loose after 20, 25, 30 laps. So it's fun. It's a short track. It's a fast short track, and it's quick. You got to be ready to make split-second decisions.
Yeah, we saw that a few times further back in the field as a guy would just get loose off the corner and somebody would be 0.3 of a second behind him. Well, they really ain't got time to react a whole lot there. And we saw that with the 71 of Victory. He drove down to avoid a wreck. Well, he ended up getting caught up in it. So you really have to be on top of your A game here. At like the Bullring and some other short tracks that we'll see later in the season. But we'll again, congratulations on the second place finish. We'll let you thank your sponsors, get on out of here, and go to sleep.
Yeah, obviously Nacho Spotter on the car every week, City Electric, NRC, Bear Performance Apparel, 50 Sign Company. Yeah, fun race, and can't wait for the next one, wherever it might be.
All right, buddy. Well, we'll let you go and enjoy the rest of your evening.
You too. Have a good one.
All right, and we are here with our race winner, Robbie Keneally.
Yes, sir.
All right, there you go. Caleb is right again. A huge congratulations on the big win here. You led every single lap, which is very, very strange at these short tracks. But you did a very good job, and you really conserved your equipment very well to where you could really fend them off there at the end.
Yeah, it was a crazy race. I honestly think I burnt off the tires a little too much. If we had maybe another 10 laps, I think Corey would have had something there for me.
Yeah, Corey is a very strong competitor. We've seen that week in, week out, broadcasting the series, and to be able to hold him off, that's something that not a lot of people can do. So you were able to really do something that these guys couldn't do, and that's really awesome. But you really have to sit there and talk about how aggressive you could be versus how conservative you were trying to be over the run here tonight.
I wasn't really thinking about saving. I never got loose off to where I burnt off my tires that way, but the way I was saving was I didn't want to save that much. I know if I held the lead, I would have a big advantage over everyone, so I wasn't really thinking about saving the whole race. I was just thinking about keeping the lead.
All right, well, we'll let you get on out of here, and again, congratulations. We'll let you get you to thank your sponsors real quick. Get on out of here and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yeah, I got to thank you guys for putting on a good show. I got to thank everyone for racing me clean. I got to thank Wiley X Sunglasses and Splash and Go Graphics.
All right, buddy. Well, we'll see you. Hopefully, we see you back next week for the 100 lap race at ISM.
Maybe.
All right, Caleb, and that's going to conclude our coverage here for tonight from the All Out Super Late Model Series. And like I said, we'll be at Phoenix next Thursday, April 23rd. Back to our normal time of a 7:55 start time for the broadcast, with qualifying shortly after. Overall, it was a very good race here tonight, Caleb. We saw a few cautions, but for the most part, it was very, very clean racing throughout the race.
Yeah, I was not expecting that for the Bullring.
Yeah, exactly. I'm really looking forward to next week at ISM. It should be another great race. It's another one of those technical tracks, and it's going to be really fun to watch these guys race around Phoenix in the super late models.
Yeah, I'm glad I'll be announcing it. I really do not like racing Phoenix, but it should be a great race anyway.
All right. We will see you guys all next week. Make sure you guys are being safe, staying smart, staying inside. And we'll see you guys next week for the All Out Super Late Model Series. I will see you later on tonight at 10 p.m. Central Time for the special little series that we're putting on here tonight.